welcome. It's Thursday and it is a wake-up call with myself and Becky today, not our gorgeous Craig, because our Craig is actually, I think he might be, literally packing up Becky on his way, winging his way back home, because he's got a lot lined up over the weekend. If you follow him on socials, you'll know what he's got planned. But yes, you've got myself and the lovely Becky here today for wake-up call, but not just for wake-up call, because we've got some little sneaky peeks, some little things, little sneaky peeks and a little taster of what's to come today, because we have a fabulous launch day at 3 p.m. UK time, and I have to do this 10 a.m. Eastern time and 7 a.m. Pacific time, with the latest craft kit box, which is absolutely beautiful. You know and you love them. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but we're up to number 40. Wow. 40. It's just crazy when you say it like that. Yeah. But this turn, it's the turn of the Wobblers, and they are absolutely gorgeous, and wait till you see the characters. So I've got something lined up for you in the show today. And not only have you got me for wake up call and for launch day, but you've also got me for cartload as well at 7 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. Eastern time, 11 a.m. Pacific time. So we've got loads and loads. As you come to expect and love with cartload now, we've got lots of crazy deals on that show tonight. And again, I'm going to give you a little taster throughout the show of what we've got planned for you for later on. I'm not going to give too much away though, because I want you to come back and join us for that cartload show. So we've got a crazy day, jam-packed full. Now, if you saw my social media as well, just before the show, you've also seen we've got a gorgeous little fur baby in the building today. So you may hear her, and who knows, we might get her to come on and have a little look at our gorgeous Charlotte's dog, because she's in the building today. And believe you me, she is a beauty. She really, really is. But I am not here on my own, because I am here with the fabulous, beautiful Becky. Good morning, Becky.
Oh, stop it. Paying you later. Hello, welcome. So we would love you to get social today, of course. And it is National Teddy Bear Day today. So we would love you to send in pictures of your teddy bears. It is the one that you've had for years. Maybe you've got some of your grandchildren's lying around the house. Then do send in those pictures, especially if they've got an interesting story. We would love to hear from you. And as lovely Debbie said, we may well get a real life teddy puppy bear on the air as we go through today. So we've got absolutely loads coming up.
We have. I can't wait to get started, because we do have so much crammed in for the day. We really do.
If you do want to be treating yourself, by the way, to our launch box, then do not forget that that is available for you now. Can I just say as well, do you have any of the other craft boxes? Send in a picture if you have. Have you got all 39 and you're planning on getting the 40th? Send in a picture of that as well. This is your craft box that we're going to be launching for you today. It is the Wobblers character collection. You're getting over 85 elements, within this. And you can make so many cards, but you'll have loads left over to make even more. Plus, you get some bonus points. This really is everything to add to your collection, isn't it, Debbie?
Absolutely it is. And
Whoa!
2 minutes into the shot and I got knocked everything over. No, I was just going to say, John, I've been a little bit clumsy. I've just knocked everything over. Would you be able to come and fix it all back up for me? Thank you.
Look at her fluttering her eyelashes. I can see you.
I just knew it was going to happen. What I hadn't realised, John, was that it was this close. And you know, I'm very expressive with my hands, and I talk, and I just went like that, and everything just fell over. So I'm going to blame John for having it too close to me. But he'll come and fix it in a bit for you. But yes, going back to that craft box, it really is absolutely fabulous, because it is jam-packed full of lots and lots of gorgeous crafty goodies in there. I love ours. This is coming into you today because this is a brand new launch that we're launching today here at Crafters TV, which is £24.99 or $24.99. And Look at that platinum price, £19. You can get it for less than £20 or $20, and an extra bonus points of 50 bonus points coming your way when you purchase it today. Now, I know there's been a lot of excitement about this one, and look, as if by magic, the fabulous John has just fixed it for me. We have, you know, loads and loads of people commenting already about how fabulous these kits are, and I know you're going to love it. We are concentrating on this particular kit being the wobblers. So it's that beautiful, and I don't mean the wobblers in the traditional sense of the word where it wobbles from side to side. We're talking about a mechanical, I should have known, I shouldn't be able to get this word out. Mechanism in there that creates that beautiful wobbler. And now, if you're used to our wobblers collection that we've just recently launched, and you've been sat on the fence and you haven't got it, well, perhaps this is the kit for you, because it has got everything in there, from card blanks to card papers to lots of embellishments. As always, stamps and the dies in there as well. So there's a lot going off in that kit, and I can't wait to get showing you what we can achieve with it. And I can't wait for you to drop in the socials and let Becky know, and myself, what you actually think of these kits. Have you been collecting them from one and you're now eagerly waiting to get your hands on the number 40? I know I can say from number 1 all the way through, absolutely. So yeah, these are great kits, and they are just literally jam-packed full of lots of crafty goodies for you to get your hands on. Although Debbie's going to keep her hands very still, and I'm not going to move anything else, because I'm going to tell you what's coming up later on today in Cartload as well. So in our Cartload, it is the Cartload this one, isn't it, Johnny? Yeah, I thought it was, yeah. Our star buy. Now, it might not look as appealing as what you probably think with dies and stamps and things like that, but let me tell you, this is a crafty must-have that you need in your kit, because it's all about the glues. This is the Star Buy. It's the Ultimate Adhesive Collection, which is £24 or $40, or on that platinum price we've got £19.20 or $32, and you can see you've got a great saving there as well. And we're covering everything from our glues, from our all-purpose glue to our tacky glue to our foam adhesive sheets to our foam pads to our 3D cloud glue, or as I know it, chunky glue, a bit of chunky glue, and then of course the tape pens as well. So we've got the dotty tape pen, we've got the straight tape pen, we've also got the fine tip applicator bottles as well, which is perfect for things like your tacky glue to go into there. And I'm going to try and cover lots, going to try and cover a little bit of a mini glue school. We've had shows before where we've talked about the different things, the different glues that do different jobs, and for me it was something I learned quite early on, because I was just using the one glue. Well, we've got you covered for every single glue that I think you can need and want in your crafty stash. So that's an absolute must-have, and we'll, like I said, we'll touch on that later on in the show. I'll give you a little mini glue school as well as what's coming up on Cartload tonight at 7 p.m. Now, also on Cartload tonight, we've got another fabulous deal, which is the gorgeous, and this, can I just say, I'm not sure we're going to get to Cartload with this, is all I'm going to say, because you've been shopping ahead and we're a bit limited stock. So literally, what we've got left is all we've got left. And this is the bundle that we've got for you, which is our rose gold Cartload collection with over 70 elements in there for £38 or $48, or £30.40 if you're in the Platinum Club, or $38.40. And of course, if you're brand new to Crafters TV or haven't yet joined the club, you can have it at that platinum price that you see on the screen for your first purchase. And we've got some beautiful things in that collection, from our cut and emboss folders to things like dies and stamps, to a little bit of a foil press special in there as well, which, if you know about foil press, this is a really expensive die on its own, and then you're getting all of this rest in here, so you can see exactly how fabulous that deal is. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's also that little special touch because it is actually rose gold in colour, the dies. Absolutely beautiful. So we have got a lot. This is just a little taster of what's coming up in Cartload, because we do have a heck of a lot more in there. But we do have another deal for you, don't we, Becky?
Oh, we do indeed. And this is a great one, especially if you love crafting on the go, or if you have maybe got friends who do a little bit of die cutting, but you've never actually given it a go yourself. Well, let me tell you what, this is a perfect one for you. It is our Get It, Got It Good. So today our Get It Got It Good is based all around that mini. This is a small hand-cranked die cutting machine that has all the power of our Geminis. In here you will get a selection of dies that fit in perfectly, including the Flutter by, the Beautiful Blooms, Over the Rainbow, Garden Friends and Party Time. That price point is incredible considering you know how much you can pay for die cutting machines. You are getting a massive amount of those dies for free, so treat yourself, especially if you are new. It's definitely a great one to get your hands on, or a gift. Oh, you'll be at the top of someone's nice list if you get that as a gift for someone. So do treat yourself to it now. We have got the craft kit on our launch today, and it is box number 40. If you've not seen these kits before, they are crammed full of things to keep you and your loved ones busy. And boy, this one really is crammed full as always, isn't it, Debbie?
Oh, honestly, I love the idea of something that's a little bit kinetic as well, something that just doesn't sit still on a card. And the basis of this kit is all about the wobblers. So recently we launched the wobblers collection. Beautiful characters in there. Oh, let me just tell you, if you've got that collection, don't worry, because there's no repeats in there. So the designs in this are completely different to what we launched. However, if you were sat on that fence thinking, not really sure it's for me, this is the one to try, because you've got some beautiful things in here. I'm going to do a little bit of an unveiling or unboxing. Is that the right word? Unveiling?
Unveiling, unboxing.
Something like that. Yeah, Becky, yeah, we'll go with that one. But what you've got are these fabulous, look at them, the wobblers. They are just so cute. Give it a little tap and you'll see it wobbling. Like I said, it's not the traditional wobbler that you would expect to rock from side to side. This is something completely different. And it's this little piece here that makes that lovely character just wobble on the front of his card. And when I say characters, there are some really cute characters in here. You're going to love these. Lots and lots of things that you can do with them as well. So I'll just show you a couple of samples and then you can see that fact that they've got that lovely wobble factor to them. I just think they're incredible. And you know, I think this one is quite appropriate. If we coloured this in brown, it would actually look like our little Time that's in the studio today.
Yeah, it would.
Literally
You're right.
The cutest little doggy. And again, you've got that lovely wobble factor. But do you want to see what's in the box? Shall I show you what's in the box? We'll show you some more samples later. You can tell the design team are being going nuts because I've got a wad of gorgeous designs there. So as always with our boxes, they come in this beautiful presentation, nothing different. And if you are a collector, let me tell you, lined up side by side, they look absolutely amazing. I've seen photos of people. Oh, Becky, that's another good idea. People with the big collections of their boxes, send those in, drop them into the comments. Let's have a little pic. Oh, can you actually send them over?
Yeah.
Yes, send them over to the studio. Is it studio at Crafters Companion? What is it, studio at?
Yeah, we'll have the email pop on screen now
Just
for
pop
you.
Pop us that email address on there. And if you've got pictures of your collection, like if I showed you mine, there's lots of boxes there. So yes, so send in your pictures. I'd love to know. This is number 40. Can you believe 40? It's absolutely crazy. But as always, with all of our boxes, not only do you get the lovely inspiration on the front of the box, it tells you everything that you're getting in there as well. And there is all the index sheet at the back. So what you've got is the same with every single box. This beautiful presentation tissue pack there, a little note from our Sarah, as always. And then we're going into the kit. And I'm just going to turn that over so you can see these gorgeous characters. We've got that beautiful dog and cat. We've got the little superhero and the beautiful little fairy. We've got some sentiments on here as well. So we're covering you with sentiments. I hope your day is magical. Thank you very much. Get it? Get it? Love it. And then to my wonderful best friend. And then this one, your pawsome.
Oh,
love that one as well, Becky. And then on the other side, as you can see with the stamps, they've all got their matching die as well. So you're not even having to do any fussy cutting because the superhero stamp has got his superhero die. The fairy one, she's got her own one there, you can see, and so on. And then everyone has got the mechanism behind it as well, which I've been appropriately sized for that character. So you can see that the dog one, a little bit thinner, so the actual wobbler mechanism is smaller. But of course, each one have got their own, then they've got their own stamp sets. We've got a variety of ribbons as well. Do you know what I love about this box is the colour tone? It's something that little bit different with your mustard pinks and light blues. I think it's absolutely beautiful. But as always, 3 different sizes of the satin ribbon, thick, medium and teeny weeny, or as small, medium and large. Then we've got, where the miss, where's this man? Oh no! I've lost my bits out of my box, Becky.
At the bottom?
Someone's been ruffling through me box. I had this with me yesterday. Let me get my, let me get my trusted other one out of here. Oh no, I've got some bits missing. I tell you what, I'll come back to those in a minute. Can't believe I've actually lost some bits out of my box. But we've got in here card blanks. So we've got card blanks and envelopes, and these measure at 5 by 7 and 4 by 6. So really nice. And a minimum, there's 16 in each one. So you're going to make a minimum of 16 cards in this project box, which I think is fabulous. Then we've got, let me move that one out of the way. We've got our lovely solid papers. So again, you've got the solid colours. And can you see the theme of the colour running through there, Becky?
Yeah.
All matches with your beautiful ribbons. So absolutely gorgeous. And again, as with all of them, you've then got a set of beautiful patterned papers, and they really are gorgeous, and multiples, not just one of each one, which I find really useful. But again, if I just fan these out, you can see those colourways running all the way through are absolutely beautiful. So you can see that you've got your lovely stripes, you've got your florals, you've got your dots, you've got like a zigzag wave here, some more, I'll say florals, but more foliage than anything, and then some beautiful stripes, whichever way you want to put those. So they're beautiful papers that all match, and it's the same with any of our boxes. They all match everything in there. Plus you're getting them in that gorgeous, because I've not even mentioned this, Becky, every one of your bits will come, like printed paper will come in its own envelope. We've got a little bit eco-friendly, rather than plastics, we've gone a little bit eco-friendly, which you can either pop everything back into there, or as I see it, more paper for your crafty stash.
Yeah.
So you can be using those as well. And each one of those items that come in the box do have all of their matching relevant envelopes too. So I thought what we'll do is we'll get started, and we'll use and we'll do one of these lovely wobblers. I love the wobblers. They're just one of my favourites. I think, did I do a craft along quite recently? Do you know, so much happens here. I keep forgetting, Becky.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure I've done a craft along with the wobblers as well. So if you want to see how they work, you could go back and watch that one, and you can adapt. Don't know if anybody heard them. We had a little woofed in our ear, so she might be getting a little bit excited there, our little time. But yes, so we'll get started and we'll use these. Now I'm going to start with the stamp, and I'm going to go with the cat for this one. Now, don't forget, this is launch day at 3 p.m. UK time. Let me get this right, 7 a.m. Pacific time. I've got that right, wrong. No, I've got that wrong, haven't I? Is it 10? So 3 p.m. UK time, Becky.
Yeah, 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Eastern
and then 7
time,
a.m.
and 2 p.m.
7 a.m.
7 a.m. One of these days, I don't know how Craig does it. I really don't know how Craig does it. Does he have it written down somewhere, or is it imprinted in his brain? Oh my goodness, these super, I just can't retain information very well, so apologies for getting the conversion times wrong. But yeah, coming up, this is going to be the focus of that show. So I'm going to bring in, let me have a look. So I'm going to colour in with some, now I should have looked at this before I started. Let's get, there we go, we'll have this one. So I'm going to use, because I'm going to use some colour, tri-blends for mine. So I'm going to use the alcohol proof dye, and I've got Pebble for this one, and I've used a rocker block. So what I'm going to do is just literally stamp the image. Do you know what you could be doing with these, Becky? You could be actually stamping up lots of these, getting the kids colouring in, or your grandkids, or simply do that yourself and get yourself lots of lovely images stamped up or ready to colour. And then we're going to just stamp onto there. So literally heel to toe, and there you've got your beautiful stamped image ready to colour into. Now I did use some Nina card for this, but of course, you know, you can use any kind of card that's whatever materials that you're going to be colouring in with. So if you were using something like a watercolour product, you could use watercolour cards. So you can stamp onto anything. Just make sure you're using your correct combination. But I'm just going to grab a little bit of blotting paper for underneath. And then I'm going to bring in my tri-blends. Now I've picked some tri-blends from the originals. I've gone with pale pink, I've gone with tan blend and dark red blend as well. So we're going to start off with by colouring in the beautiful, oh, it's just such a gorgeous cat. She's very, I'm calling her a she because I think she's very feline. She looks very, very,
Well, she's a cat.
yeah, well she is, but she looks very, very much like a she. I think she's got this little cuteness about her going off, although it could be a tomcat. Could be a tomcat. We could Becky whatever you want, actually, Becky.
Yeah.
So then, Becky, have we got anybody commenting about the new kit? What are people saying? Have we got any comments coming through?
There's plenty of people nattering. Hello, they've got Illinois in with us. We've got New York in with us. Hello to Melbourne. I've got New Jersey in as well. Absolutely loads of you getting involved today. We have got Shadia saying, OMG, Becky, please say hello to my special friend, Debby Robinson.
Oh, I love Shadia. I love Shadia. It's lovely, I mean, it's lovely that you join us as well today, Shadia. I want to know, Shadia, have you got this kit? Have you gone for this kit today? Let me know what you think to this one. But greetings to you, my lovely. Greetings to you.
She's also saying, love your dresses, both of
thank
you
you very
ladies.
much.
I know, and Pammy is on saying, ladies, your dresses are lovely.
Oh.
We're a bit coordinated today, aren't we?
We are, yes.
Yeah,
We are a bit cool. And that was a fluke.
Was
a fluke. It was literally a fluke because I came up late last night because I've been down at Crate and Craft, and I came up late last night. You were already in bed, weren't you, Becky?
Yeah.
And I didn't see you this morning because you've been doing some little bit of filming this morning.
Yeah, bit
With
of
the lovely
pre-recording.
burning. Yeah, with the lovely
Ships
burning.
in the night we've been.
I know we have.
Cheryl's in saying, because it's National Teddy Bear Day, she's saying, my favourite teddy bear is slacking off today. Joe looks like he would give the most snuggly hugs. That's funny.
He does do good hugs, he really does.
Yeah, he does.
So you're missing him. I know, because he's come back off his holiday. He's only been at work 2 days, hasn't he? Oh, did he do his 4? Oh, he
did do
do
all
you know
4
what
days,
it is?
probably.
It's me. I feel like I've been out of sync with everything this week because I never know what day it is from one day to next some days. But
Yeah.
so he has done his 4. I'll let him off. I'm going to be seeing him this weekend, Becky. We're going to
Yes,
be
you are, aren't you?
hitting the
Yeah.
town. We are.
Yeah.
Going to see a lovely act that we've been wanting to see for a while, who was on Britain's Got Talent. So I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to that.
Be good
and
fun,
spending
that.
some time with Joe outside of work as well, of course. Right, so I'm just going to carry on colouring this in. These are little images as well, because they're not overly big images. It means that colouring wise, you can really, you know, like I said, stamp quite a lot out and get yourself, you know, into your colouring as well. But get your kids involved too, Becky, because I just think these are lovely images that they'll be able to tackle too. Not too big or anything like that. So they're really nice and easy to achieve these looks. But I would definitely be stamping quite a lot out and colouring them up and then storing them in the box. That's another thing that I've done with my kits. I tend to do things and then pop them in there ready for when someone wants a quick card. And then they're already coloured up, already stamped out, things already, pieces cut down. So it's a really nice one to do. So again, let me just finish off colouring in, and I'm going to give him a little dark tail. I'm not going to give him any.
Aww.
It's just such a gorgeous, gorgeous image. All 4 of them are, to be fair.
We've had Stephen in saying, afternoon, you lovely ladies are brightening up the day. Oh, you.
Well, thank you.
We've also got Jane in saying, I love the craft box. I have 1 through to 39 and I'm waiting for number 40 to arrive. Thank you. We've had a question in from Pammy saying, Debbie, with the wobblers, I can't get the mechanism to cut through the acetate, even with a metal shim and extra cardstock. Any tips?
Is it the Gemini that it'd be good to know if it's a Gemini that you're using, and the acetate weight as well. Now it shouldn't be a problem when it comes to our Gemini. So I do, and I'll do it in a moment because I am going to cut it out into white mine because I prefer cutting into white so I can actually see it. Acetate is a wonderful thing, Becky, but it's invisible. So I can make it a little bit tricky. But of course, I will cut one out in acetate as well at the same time to show you how you would do it. And the weight of your acetate will also depend on. For these particular ones, I would be using an heavyweight one. I wouldn't be using like one of the heat, the heat resistant ones because they're a bit too flimsy. And you won't get the same spring-like feel to it. But I will cut one out in a moment to show you and give you that advice that you need there. Now, again, let's get what nose shall we go in with? Let's go in with... Oh, I tell you what, let me grab one of my art liners out.
We've had a good morning, everyone. Pam R from Detroit here. It's my birthday, whoop whoop. And I get to spend the morning with you guys and I don't have to work. Happy birthday, Pam.
Happy birthday, Pam. Yeah, absolutely.
What have you got
I hope you're having a lovely day.
Have you been spoilt yet? Are you spoiling yourself? What you're buying, what you're doing, what you're eating? Oh, I love a birthday. I really have a bad day, I really do.
I love a birthday. Birthdays are it's your special day, isn't it, Becky?
Yeah.
It's your very special day.
It's actually one of my best friend's birthdays as well today. And I'm driving home, so I'll go home at midnight tonight, and she is meeting me at my house. She lives like 200 miles away. She's driving to my house. She's meeting me at midnight, and we're having a midnight Prosecco.
Oh, you really?
Yes, we are.
Oh, Becky, what a way to kickstart a birthday. That's fabulous. I love that. Oh, that's amazing. A midnight, I want to come with you now, Becky.
To be fair, I have been up since 7 and I don't know how I'll feel about that one Prosecco.
Yeah.
I might be a bit, after one.
I was just thinking how you're going to cope with that. It'll probably go straight to your head.
Possibly,
Yes.
yes.
Is it just the one drink you're having?
I wouldn't like to lie to you, Debbie. It's hard to say, isn't it?
A little bit of a pause. Yeah, I'm just having the one. Maybe one or two. It'd be a bit rude, wouldn't it? Right, so I'm popping my die over my stamp. Now, of course, you could actually die cut first and then stamp into the image. But I think I've got that nice and central. Let me just double check. So I'm going to go a little bit closer in. These counters are a tad high for me, so I struggle to see like the bird's eye view.
Yes, I get you.
I've popped one on the acetate, but I am going to pop another one as well, just onto some white cardstock, because like I said, my personal preference is white cardstock, but of course acetate is always a great one because it has got that invisibleness to it, which means that, and I'm looking for low tack tape again, I'll just put it back down, it means that you won't see that mechanism behind the back, whereas on the white one you probably would. But because Debbie's eyesight is not the best, we're going to go in with 2 of the options. So I pop those on and I'm going to bring in my mat. Now I know in fact, let me just chop this down so I've got a bit of space because I'm going to use my Gemini Junior plates. And talking of plates, we've got some plates coming up as well. Now, I would, if you're going to be doing this, I'll do those 2 first, and then I'll show you the acetate one. So I'm going to pop on my plastic shim and my magnetic shim, followed by my other cutting plate. And that's just for the ones that are in white. And then we'll show you the combination with the acetate one, because I do use my metal plate as well. So I'm just wondering if you've got the right plate combination, which we're going to be covering today as well, because we have got a great deal on some plates.
Because we've got some plates, yes.
We have, we've got some great deal on plates. And I'm going to we're going to do a little section on plates as well. So you can see now I've got my lovely little cat all out, and then my mechanism. John's going to shout at me, Becky, I've dropped some more things on the floor. I'd only been here 2 minutes making a mess, and he were like, Debbie, you've not even started crafting. How is the things all over the floor? Because I'm just a bit messy. I am. Right, so we've got those two bits cut out, but I'm just going to move those to one side because we'll talk about that acetate. So I'm going to bring in the acetate, going to bring in my metal shim.
And is this a heavy duty, is it?
You want my love?
Is that heavy duty?
It is, it's the one you've got in your hand actually.
Oh, perfect.
Yep, so, and it's a heavyweight one. So I've popped that onto there, and then the combination would be your plastic shim, your magnetic shim, and your other cutting plate, with that cutting down into the metal. Now, because this is a different kind of material, so it's heavyweight acetate, dependent on the pressure, now I can hear that cutting, so it could be that that's gone through that first time, but sometimes, law of average, you might need to do it twice just to get that extra cut, and there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. I'm just going to make sure it's not on there because it is a little bit invisible, Becky. So if I just lift that off and then take that out, that has now cut through there perfectly, and I've still got all that, you can see there, can't you, between my fingernails. That's cut out absolutely perfectly. So if you are doing it that way, with it cutting into the metal, then, and you can see, because you can see the imprint there on the metal, that's what it's meant to do. It's meant to look like that. It's meant to have that because it's withstanding that pressure, because we're cutting through a different kind of medium. We're not cutting through straightforward paper. So I hope that's helped, and if not, get back in touch and we'll see what else we can do to help.
Brilliant.
Right, so I'm going to put those on there, and what I'm going to do now, Becky, is, let me just move mine out of the way for a second, is we're going to bring in, now don't forget in here you've got your card blanks, and I'm just making sure I've not cut into mine. You've got your card blanks. I'm going with a 4x6 for this one, Becky. We've got the papers in there, so I've already been trimming bits down. So we've got some of the solid colour, and then that lovely stripy one. I think this is absolutely beautiful, and I'm going to just bring in my glue for a second. Let's bring in the glue, and let's be sticking this down. This is when you can have a lot of fun. This is the fun factor to it. You building and composing what it is that you want style-wise. Of course, these are the consumables, so once these have gone, you've still got your... what's the word? Mechanism and stamps. You've still got those that you'll be able to keep in your box with other bits as well. So all I would say is that be thinking about once. I mean, if you, to be fair, there is a lot of paper in there, and in total, if I remember rightly, it is. There's 12 pieces of the coloured cardstock and 18 pieces of the patterns. So there is a lot in there. And for the size of the cards, it does mean that you're going to get quite a bit out of it as well. So, but once you've used those, think about the other things that you can be using in your crafty stash as well. So what I'm going to do is, I've just taken a little bit here because I'm going to do a little bit of, and I say concept, it's not a concept. I'm trying to remember the word that I used to use. I used to do a lot with different styles, you know, adding different bits of paper and popping things going different sides. It's all about that composition of your card, but I can't remember, for love nor money, the proper name for it. Right, I'm going to bring in some foam pads. Let me bring in some foam pads. And don't forget you've got that adhesive bundle that's on the Cartload show later. You can already go and check those out. I'm just going to give this a little bit of a lift, Becky. So pop that off the back. There we go. Oh, come on, there we are. I'm going to just pop that into the centre. In fact, actually, before I do, I'm going to put a little bit of glue just around it. So let me grab tape pen. It's because I've moved all my glues, Becky. I've got everything all up here ready for my little miniature glue school that I'm going to be doing. And I'm thinking, I normally have them outside of me, but I've changed it up a little bit. So, but I'm just going to wrap some of that ribbon. I've used some of the smaller ribbon here. Let's make sure I've got that on straight. There we are. In fact, you've not got it on your satin side, so let's turn that over. There we are. And then I'm just going to tuck those bits underneath as well. So that's going to tuck underneath. These are these extra little bits, and you've got these in your box to be able to do. And then I'm going to pop that on into the centre. There we go. Lovely. And then we're going to bring in now, and this is the bit where I use things like red liner tape. And I do like the red liner tape for reasons being that it helps with construction and keeping things nice and still. So when I say that, I mean that when you pop these red liner pieces onto the mechanism parts, you're just going to take a little bit. Now you can use tape, or using the fine tip applicator, this would work really well as well, because when you look at this part, this is the bit that needs to pull out, and I'm going to attach this part. So I'm just going to bring this up, and I'm attaching the loose part want of a better word, can't think of the other word for it. I'm going to pop that on, and that's going to sit on the back of my cat. So I'm just going to pop that little bit down. Let me give it a little bit of a burnish with me tool. There we are. And then I'm just going to lift that up. And then I'm going to pop the tape onto the middle centre, the disc I call it. I can't think of a better word for it as well, but there's like a little disc. So I'm just going to try and lift that off. I'm having my nails done tomorrow, Becky, because they've got a little bit a tad long. So I'm going to have them redone tomorrow, because trying to craft with ridiculously long talons like this is proving to be a tad difficult, as you can see. And even with my pokey tool, I can't get my fingernail just underneath it. So just bear with me a second, Becky.
Yeah, whilst you're doing that, Anne has messaged saying, do you have to take any protective film off the acetate before cutting?
Yes, so acetate normally has some... It depends on the acetate, actually, because heat resistant doesn't, but ours does. Our heavyweight acetate has a protective film over it to help in transition, in transportation. That's the word I was looking for. In transportation, it's got that film over as well. So yes, and you'll be able to see it because it'll look a little bit cloudy. So it'll have a little bit of a cloudy look to it. So, and I might grab a sheet and show you what I mean, Becky. But first of all, I'm going to just attach the loose part to the back of my cat. And that bit, I'm just going to give a little burnish again. So I'm just going to burnish that down. There we go. And then this is the other bit that I'm going to pop onto that little disc part. So when you open it up, and I'll just move it out slightly, that's the other area where you're going to put your tape or your glue or whatever it is medium that you want to attach to yours. And I'm, rather than trying to try and get that off again, I'm just going to put a bit of glue just onto there. Now, what you're going to do then is attach that back part to the card, and I'm going to pop that on. Give that a little burnish down, and then give it a little pull. So when you're pulling it up, you're going to make sure the disc is still stuck down, but then if you just give it a slight pull with your acetate or with your white cardstock, you get that wobble factor. If you leave it flat and you don't do anything with it, you just need to tease it a little bit, because otherwise it's just going to sit there. It just needs to be teased into its place to get it started, so that you can then start to have that wobble factor to it, Becky, which for me is, a huge difference. Now, I've got one of these little sentiments on there as well. So I'm going to put my sentiment on, and I think I'm going to use, we'll use another foam pad for that one. So pop a foam pad onto the back, and we'll lift that off. And that is how easy these are to put together. Bit of colouring, little bit of, depending on what you're going to pop on, your mechanism part. I've gone with white card for that, but of course if you do use your acetate, you're not going to see that. So it's going to have that floating element to it and that lovely spring-loaded element to it. So you can see now we've got that lovely feature of the wobble, and when you move the card, it's got that lovely wobble factor to it. They're absolutely beautiful kits, full stop. They're always a gorgeous kit, what we do at Crafters Companion. And this one is a little taste into the world of the wobblers and everything that you need to create your lovely characters. And of course, that's going to be coming up today at launch day. And we've got some other things in there as well at 3 p.m. UK time, at 10 a.m. Eastern time and 7 a.m. Pacific time. You can get yours today for £24.99 or $24.99. And don't forget, you're going to get the extra 50 bonus points, whether you're going for whatever club membership, because you've got your club membership to take off that as well. And if you are platinum, you're getting it for £19.99 or $19.99 with those 50 bonus points as well added to your account. So it is an amazing deal, and it's the latest, greatest addition to our craft kits. And it's number 40, the Wobblers.
It is absolutely packed full. And if you would like to create those, or maybe a really sturdy card, or if you wanted to create a box with see-through elements, such as we saw from Jan yesterday, then may I suggest you treat yourself to acetate. Now, the acetate I'm bringing you today is A5 in size, and it is around about 250 microns. So it's nice and sturdy. You hear that? It's nice and sturdy. And that's because it's a heavy duty one, which is great actually for for the likes of your wobblers. Now, when you get these in a pack, you'll be able to see you're getting a massive amount in here. You're getting 75 sheets in total, and they come like this in a pack of 25, so you're going to get 3 of those packs. And they do have this really lovely finish to them, which again is great for your structure, but also gives you a crisp and clear finish each time. So you can treat yourself to all of those today. Big discount on that, right? For all 75, which, by the way, looks like this, and it's really, really busy for these at the moment, so if you do fancy grabbing them, now is definitely your chance to do so. Let me let you know that we have got a couple of deals on Gemini plates as well. So as you know, your plates can be consumables. Once you use them for a while, you will need to update them. This is your time and this is your deal. £45 or $60 only, and with that you're getting like the embossing mat, you're getting the metals, you're even getting the lovely case, you're getting the whole set that you need, nice, fresh, new, and that will really again invigorate your pieces. Got the junior? No problem, I've got you a deal on that one as well. £37 or $44.50, and again that does come with the pack if you so wish. Plates, for anyone who is brand new, are what we will run in between our die cutting machine. The only time we don't really need that many is when we've got the mini. If you want the mini, don't forget, special offer, get it, got it good today. But otherwise we do need those plates, and they will need updating from time to time, won't they, Debbie?
They are, they're a consumable part of the machine. The machine itself, you buy your machine, that's it, because the machine never lets you down. It's one of those machines that just keeps on taking, it's a workhorse, but it does need to have plates to work, and the plates are fine, and you can get the most out of your plates. I've seen other demonstrators do it where they flip and rotate. You know, our Craig's got his system with his A, B, C and D on his plates to remember to do all the flipping and reversing every time you use it. If you're anything like me, Becky, I will own up. I don't, because I'm so busy thinking things up in here, I forget to do it. But if you are really meticulous and things like that, and there was a girl that I worked with at the Chesterfield store, Nicole, who's still got her original plates with the purple plate. If you remember the purple plate back from when it first launched, she's still got them, and they're still incredibly, you know, she's still using them, and she does craft a lot as well. It's not something that she doesn't do because she looks after them, and she's not a Debbie. So yeah, but you will need them because they are consumables. So and for me as well, I use my plates. When I cut multimedia things, I have a set of multimedia plates, and I have a set for my paper craft. That's what I've got at home. When I'm demonstrating things like that, I tend just to use them all the time, crisscross between them. But I do have 2 sets for that reason, because I like to keep my multimedia plates separate from my paper crafting plates. So there is a way that you're going to need them, and it's a great deal. I mean, you can see there, £45 or $60. Club Platinum price, $36 or $48. It's just an amazing price to get yourself, because they are the consumable parts. Excuse me, Becky, I've got a little tickle. And I'm going to show you as well some plate combinations to help you as well, because this is another thing. A lot of people, we have a guide in our machines, but it is a guide, and it'll tell you combinations that you need to use. But I tell every single person, everybody used to walk through the Chesterfield store, I tell every time I go out and demonstrate, get to know your machine, and as Leanne taught us from very early on, work out the pressure, and if you don't know or you're a bit unsure, try with the least pressure first and then build up. You can put your plates in. It's better to do that than what I've seen with other people when they literally cram everything in with every single plate on there. That's not what's needed. Each one of these shims is designed with a certain depth in mind for the different kind of things. So I thought if we could, if that's all right with producer Johnny, show you why and the different plate combinations, and of course why you need the full set. And they are the full set. We're talking 2 clear cutting plates, a plastic shim, a metal shim, magnetic shim, and the rubber embossing mat as well, which a lot of people tend to get this one mixed up with embossing, as in embossing folders. So I'm going to talk you through that as well. So I have got a few things lined up if that's okay to go through.
Great.
The lovely thing about the magnetic one is it's magnetic on both sides, and it's changed in design. So it used to be 2 black ones. So this used to be a black magnet. only on magnetic on one side.
Right.
Now it's magnetic on both.
Okay.
And the other one used to be a black embossing mat. I think it got a bit too confusing for people. So we've kind of tried to simplify it and split the colours up, plus make this a workable mat as well. So if you want to place, and I'm just going to use this as an example, this is a very intricate die that measures at just over 5 inches. If you think about where your 6x6 cards are, you've got your grids on here. So if you were using this with a 6x6 in mind, you can actually place it into situ, and it will stay there. It's not going to move, and then you can put your card around it. So it's a great one, and it's also got US sizes as well as UK sizes on there. So it's a really nice, useful one to have, and you can see that once it's on, it's not going anywhere. It's literally stuck there, and that's the same on the other side as well. So it's magnetic on both sides. So that's a great tool in itself, but it's also a shim. So I've got myself a piece of cardstock, Becky. Now I've gone with an intricate die, and if you followed the booklet instructions, it tells you intricate die, you bring in your metal shim. Well, I'm going to here to tell you that that's not always the case. So for me, I'm going to use, and I've chosen a coated cardstock for this as well. So I'm going to pop this in. Now you'll have heard myself and Jan and Craig and all the other demonstrators talk about sometimes popping your die in at a slight angle. So I've got my bigger plate here, popping that onto a slight angle. When you think about the rollers, how they come in, it gives it a little bit of a breather rather than hitting the rollers at the same time. It gives it a little bit of breather, and then it can work its way through. So that's always a nice one to remember as well. Then I'm going to do, now, again, get to know your machine, how you want to work your machine, because in the booklet it would tell you to put your cutting plate down, your plastic shim, your magnetic shim, your die with the blade facing upwards, and then your cardstock over the top. That's good if you want to do it at a certain cardstock and style, but my preference is I'd cut down. I like to see where I'm cutting. You can see how strong that magnet was then, it wasn't coming off. But I like to see where I'm cutting, so I reverse it. It's just a reversed order. So I'm popping my die face down into the cutting plate. I'm holding it down with some low tack tape. Let's pop that down there. I've got it angled as well, so we'll angle that one. I'm going to bring in my plastic, magnetic, and then the other cutting plate. Notice I haven't put my rubber embossing mat or my metal shim in, because it's not always needed. And this is when we talk about getting that longevity out of your machine, out of your plates for your machine. This will give it, if you just think about how you use them, doing the flipping rotating, but you're gonna need to replace them at some point, I promise you. Now when I reverse that, I've reversed it out now, so I've just turned it over, because when I lift it off, there's a part of this die that's got a rubber embossing, and this is when you're going to switch this over. So I'm going to pop my rubber embossing mat down. I'm going to lift up my plastic shim and remove the magnetic shim for a second, because I don't want that to happen, because this is going to emboss the die cut. And we've got lots on there. Now I'm going to remember, I've turned it over, I'm flipping, rotating, because Leanne, if she's watching, she'll be telling me off. And then I'm going to pop that back through into there, so you can see that combination of embossing and metal die, because there's lots of dies that we have in our collection. I think we did the recent ones, was the balanced greater card last week when I did the launch.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
And there's little features on there that have got some extra embossing, which just by finishing it off make a lovely difference. They really do. Now, shh, don't tell John. Keep it quiet. You'll never know. You'll not know what that tapping sound is. Shh, Johnny. Yes, all over the floor.
It is all over the floor. I can see it's like snazzy snow.
I do it at home. If it makes you feel better, I do it at home.
Oh,
I'm
right,
exactly
great.
the same at home.
Oh, that's all right.
But I wonder if our little Charlotte can come in close so you can see. Obviously, it's cut the die cut out absolutely beautiful, but what it's done is given it that little extra embossed detail. Take a look at the butterfly wings. Can you see the butterfly wings?
Yeah.
How lovely that embossed detail's done. So when you've got a die that offers you both a die cut and an embossed feature, it's well worth running it through with your rubber embossing mat. And not to be confused with, Becky, embossing folders.
Yes,
so I've got a couple here for you to show you, and again, your plate combination. I've took a 2D embossing folder, or as we call a standard embossing folder. I've got some coated cardstock. I've popped that into the middle here. And again, what I'm going to do is sit this on in between the two plates. Now, I always say as well, and you'll see me doing this a lot, I have my big Gemini, but I have my Gemini Junior plates, because another thing what you can do, and a great opportunity, is if you haven't got, so if we look at my A4 plate, I've got all this waste here. So rather than the waste and running it through for the 18 seconds that it takes on a large plate, transport them between your transport. That sounds a bit matrixy sound there, doesn't it? Put them onto your Gemini jewellery plates because it will take them. And again, for any embossing folder, standard, it's just your 2 clear cutting plates, and you run that through. And on this one, what you do with your Gemini jewellery plates is you're just turning them and putting them through sideways into your machine. So again, great time to get hold of them. And again, you can see the beautiful embossed detail there. Let me just hold that up so you can see that beautiful embossing. Your 3D embossing folder, Becky, we ask you to change up your platform again. I use my Gemini jewellery plates again because it is only 5x7. This is 3D, so there's more level, more sculpture, more dimension to this one, which means that we have to change that shim size. So the plates change now. So I'm not going to put my other cutting plate onto the top. That's a no-no. Absolute no-no when it comes to 3D, because what you're going to do is bring in your other shims. So I've got my magnetic shim and my clear frosty plate, as our Sarah calls it, or a plastic shim, and that's the combination that you have. You sandwich it in between there and you run that through your machine as well. You're always getting like a little bit of a plate, little bit of a tutorial on how to use your Gemini here as well. We've kind of mixed it up a little bit of a 101. And what you've got then is the beautiful embossed of a 3D folder as well. And you can see edge to edge all the way through, including the fact that it's gone through a bigger machine on the smaller plates. There's nothing compromised on there at all. So that's your plate combination for your 2D and your 3D sorted.
Then we're going to just ask quickly about the plates. Can you put the magnetic shim on top of the metal die, non-cutting side, to help hold it in place?
Yes. So if you was doing that, Becky, so let me just bring this back in again. Let me bring this in. So I would pop, if you were doing that, I would be popping your cutting plate, your plastic shim, your magnetic shim. Bring back in the die, and as we just pointed out, this is when you don't need the use of any low-tack tape, because you're going to place your die flat side down onto there, hold it into place, and then you're going to put your cardstock, and if you've got a chosen cardstock, over the top, and then your cutting plate over. And then when you run that through, all you're doing again, if you're going to emboss it, is you simply take off the top plate, remove the die from the magnet, and then just pop that back on there, put the purple embossing mat over the top, then your other cutting plate, and then you'll get that same feature. So I hope that helps as well, because that was a very good question, actually. That was a really good question. Another thing we get asked a lot about as well with plate combinations is how to do a stencil and how you would do a stencil. Now, I always have to think about this one, Becky, so just bear with me with this one. So I'm going to use a stencil that we've got in one of our ranges, and I'm popping that stencil down onto the cutting plate. I'm going to choose some mirror card for this, and I'm going to place that over the top. Now for this bit, I'm going to hold it down just to hold it into place, but I'm going to bring in the rubber embossing mat. So I'm going to turn this stencil now into an embossed feature. So that is now over the top. Then I'm bringing in my plastic shim, and then my other cutting plate. Notice I haven't got in there my magnetic one or my metal one.
No.
Because what we're doing now is we're embossing a stencil. And some stencils may need that magnetic shim in to get that emboss. It depends on the stencil. But I'm just going to show you with this one how that would look. I've got it on my big plates. I should have done it on my small plates.
It's all right, don't worry.
Becky. Longer time,
It's
longer
only
time.
a few seconds.
It's a difference between, is it about 9 seconds, producer Johnny?
9,
yeah, between 9 and 18 seconds. And it can make a difference when you're wanting to cram in quite a lot. But what you've got now is that beautiful embossed detail of the stencil over there, which just looks absolutely incredible. And
that's brilliant.
Charlotte's coming in. So that's how you would do it. So again, that combination would be your cutting plate, your stencil, then put your cardstock over the top, then the rubber embossing mat, followed by the plastic shim and the cutting plate on the top as well. So that's how you would emboss a stencil. Oh, we are doing a bit of a 101, aren't we, at a minute? Absolutely we are.
Oh, there's so many people asking questions about these plate formations. Pammy has said, how can I tell if a die is an embossed one too?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a great question.
So when you look at your dies, so if you look at your die, when you look at your this particular one's a very old creator card that I've got. But what you're looking for is the outside cutting edge. But then can you see all in the detail of the butterfly? There's no physical raised blade up. So I know Charlotte's going to do her best to come in so we can show you.
Yeah.
This butterfly here has got that lovely outside cutting edge, but the inside detail doesn't have a raised element to it. And you can see the visible difference between the two. That means it's got an embossed feature, and that's what you're going to look for, not just in our dies but in other company dies as well, because they all do them, but that's how you would look for that detail, because to look at it, it looks like it's got the die cut element, but when you actually go in closer, this is flat, and that is because it is literally your embossed feature, which is when you're going to emboss your die. So that's a great question. Whoever asked that, absolutely. Now, I'm going to talk about your metal shim. So I'm going to bring back in my smaller plates because I have got some fabric, I'm saying fabric, some leather here, and I've got a multimedia die. Now, when it comes to a multimedia die, you need to think about your combinations again, and this is when your metal shim's going to come into play. Now, I know that the Power of the Gemini would probably cut through this without that metal shim, but I just want to show you when you would use it. So multimedia die, thicker fabric or thicker material is when you need the scissors analogy, where scissors are metal on metal to get that perfect cut. And that's the same applies, Becky, to a die when it's cutting through something a bit thicker than cardstock, because this is a genuine leather. I absolutely love the smell of it. Don't know what we're going to do when we run out of it, Becky. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to place my cutting plate, my metal shim. I'm placing my material with the die over the top, but this is the time that you do not use your magnetic shim. So put your magnetic shim down. So the other thing that you need to bring in, and Debbie's lost it, there it is your plastic shim, and then your cutting plate over the top. Now, when you're doing that, and this will be with multiple fabrics, with things like Mylar or Essian, those kind of fabrics that have got more thickness to them, is when you're going to use your metal shim. And that's when you bring this in and you're going to die cut that through, and then when you look at it, it's cut through there absolutely beautifully, cleanly, because it's the metal shim that's took the pressure there. Now, you see those marks? They're absolutely normal marks that you will receive on your metal shim. So don't worry about that. It's just cosmetic. And I promise you, it's not going to stop the performance of your cutting, but you sometimes need that metal shim to withstand pressure and protect your plates as well, with other things. And then, of course, you've got things like your double-sided dies as well, so double-sided plates. And when you're using this, and I will try and keep this bit brief, but when you're using double-sided plate technology, you're going to pop in your two clear plates, and you're going to bring in your two, Jake did go and fetch me one, bless his little heart. He fetched me one just so I could show you. Wonder if I've got a spare bit of cardstock under here. Oh, you'd think here we'd got loads of cardstock, but I'm just going to physically show you.
Okay.
Double-sided technology is a die on both sides. So when you're doing this, Becky, you're going to sandwich it in between these plates. You are not going to use a double-sided die with your ordinary plates and your ordinary shims. It's a stress that I have to talk about because I want you to protect your plates. If you do that without, you are going to damage the shims that are in here. So that's why we say it's not a ploy or anything like that. It's there for a reason. I'm just going to try and grab some black cardstock just to pop over the top, because you sandwich it in between there, and then you sandwich it in between your two plates. And that's how a double-sided die would work, and you would put that through again. It's all about the plate combination, but plates are important. You look after them, they look after you, but you are going to need some. So what better time to get some at this fabulous deal that you see on your screen? And we've got the two options of the larger A4 plates and the Gemini Junior plates. So there's a reason why we have both. And I do have both for a reason, as you've seen me using throughout this show up to now. I've been flip-flopping between the two, and I was just going to do a little tap, and then I realised it was double-sided die. So Debbie, you're not going to do a tap, just in case anybody's watching. You don't tap them. So I'm just going to try and bring that through there. So let me just see if I can lift that up and out of there so you can see.
Whilst you're popping that out, Brenda has said, yesterday I was die cutting and it all got stuck. It happens from time to time. Took a while to get it out. Any advice on what to do when they get stuck?
Die cutting, what was it she was die cutting, sorry Becky?
She said yesterday I was die cutting and it all got stuck, so I presume in the dye.
Do you mean the plates? Could we have a little bit more information if that's okay? Because
please, Brenda.
Are you meaning the plates got stuck or the dye got stuck? I just need a little bit more information to be able to help you with that particular query.
Perfect.
Because I'm not sure what you mean by got stuck. Do you mean the things got stuck in the dyes, or do you mean that you know,
the plates did? Yeah, perfect.
Just so we can clarify that, and that I'll be able to help you with that one. But what I am just going to say is that obviously over time your plates will need replacing. It's just the nature of how this machine works, and it's not just our machine. Other machines are exactly the same, where you need to replace the plates at some point. And a great time is when we do deals like this, what we've got on the Cartload special later on today. So for your junior collection, it's £37. For the entirety, 2 cutting plates, metal shim, magnetic shim, rubber embossing mat and a plastic shim. Everything you need. All those plates, that's a lot of plates. It's a lot of plates, especially when you break down exactly what each plate costs. So you're getting those, and that's the complete collection for £37 or $44.50, or $29.60 at $35, £29.60 or $35.60 for the platinum price. Or you can go for the big option, which are your A4 plates. It's exactly the same. 2 clear cutting plates, 1 plastic shim, 1 magnetic shim, 1 rubber embossing mat, and 1, did I say metal there? I think I might have. But going for the bigger ones, not much price difference as well when you look at the screen. £45 or $60, platinum price £36 or $48. It's a great time to buy and always prove to be really popular because I'm the same as you guys out there. For flipping and rotating and all that kind of thing, sometimes just can get, especially when I'm demonstrating such a lot, my head starts back, starts scratching my head, and I'd just rather get some new plates, Becca, and especially when they're in this fabulous deal. So, hope you had a nice little time with the 101 on the, I kind of digress there, but it's just to show you those different plate combinations and how you get the most out of them. And of course, get your plates while we've got them on the fantastic deal that they're on.
Absolutely. Do treat yourself to those ones now, whatever your size, and don't forget you do get that hold-all case to keep more protected in those deals as well. Keep your pictures coming in of your teddy bears for National Teddy Bear Day. We have got some and we will be looking at them. And I wonder if we can get a real-life teddy bear in the studio soon. Let's see. Whilst we do that, let's have a little nosy at how you can get involved for free with saving money in our Club Inspire.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook. where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Hello and welcome back. Oh my goodness, we've got so many of you sending in lovely pictures for National Teddy Day, and we have got a teddy bear coming into the studio. In fact, once John jumps past, we might get 2 teddy bears on air. Anyway, let's have a little nosy at some of your pictures, shall we? First one is in from Alicia. Oh, Alicia, look. This is a teddy bear that her husband gave to her 32 years ago. Sadly, her partner passed away last year, so she keeps the teddy bear very close at all times. That is beautiful, Alicia. I'm so sorry for your loss, first off, but how beautiful. Wow, 32 years old.
Wow.
Teddy bear.
And he doesn't look a day over 2.
You're right, you're totally right. That's so cute. Sarah Brown, this is in Australia. Oh, you put Teddy's in the window.
Oh, now that is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. How gorgeous are they? They look lovely.
They're so cute. Oh, look at this.
Oh,
Sue's
my days.
collection.
Oh, my days. And so neatly presented as well.
Agreed.
I've got a feeling Sue collects them all. I have a feeling she's got them all. It looks very much like she has. That's an amazing collection.
Oh, well, Sue, if you do have them all so far, you've managed to get number 40. Thank you for sending in those pictures. Lovely. I did like how Sarah's teddy bears were all like colour coordinated. That looks really good. So we have still got so much more to come. If you've just tuned in, hey, how are you? I'm Becky. We've of course got the lovely Debbie on with us today. And I've got a launch for you today, and we have got a cartload as well for all of your bargains. One thing that we are so low in stock on is our rose gold collection. We am I right in saying we're in single figures, please, producer? This is probably the last time we're going to see it, okay? It is single figures. If you've got it in your basket, please do check it out. The rose gold has been really popular. Why do you think that is, Debbie?
I think it's the whole, the collection was beautiful to start with. Everything, I mean, everything with the Sarah Stinch collection is gorgeous. This is a touch of elegance. These, and especially the dyes themselves, Becky, they're all rose gold coloured. So if I just show you, these are rose gold coloured dyes. This was the first that we've ever done at Crafter's Companion. So they've got that added touch of luxury, plus they're a gorgeous concept. Such a beautiful theme running through these, as you can see with these gorgeous cards. We've got cut and embossed folders. Look, Becky, for you tonight.
Yeah,
Prosecco there,
that'll be me at midnight.
Or 3. You've got the beautiful foil, cut and foil stamp die in there as well, which can act as an embossing folder. I just think it's all of that collection just really works so beautifully together. And I'm going to, if I can, just do a little quick demo with them, because I had planned this for tonight, but then we had the meeting this morning and they said to me,
That'll
not going to last. So I'm like, okay, we'll bring that demo forward to this show. So I've taken some cardstock. I've got that gorgeous cut and emboss folder. Now a cut and emboss folder it's a 2 for the price of 1, because in here you're getting your embossing detail and you're also getting a metal die in there to cut out, so it creates those beautiful apertures. And this one's no different because it is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to pop that into there, into the centre. And then we're going to run this through. Now, I didn't talk about cut and emboss folders in my little mini thing there that I gave you. I actually, normally, you would only have to put your 2 plates in there, but I like to give it a little bit of an extra emboss, so I had my metal shim in mine. And that is just a personal preference, and I talked about getting to know your machines and things like that. I did that, and I quite liked the one by adding that metal shim in there, but you can do this with your 2 clear cutting plates. You just won't get as a deeper emboss as what I get, because I do love an embossing folder, as you know. But there you go, that's cut that out absolutely beautifully, and I'll just poke out the extra little bits there so you can see that beautiful aperture detail, which means if you love popping pictures of your loved ones behind there, this is going to be a gorgeous frame that you can use outside of this collection. You've got all that beautiful rose detail that runs through the entirety of this one as well. Absolutely beautiful, which is going to set itself apart when I pop that on too. And I've got myself a little frame just here, so I'm going to just stick that on to give it a little bit of matting layer. All I've done is like simply cut out around there, and I've took a bit, just about an inch in to create that lovely frame. Not wasting when it comes to matting and layering, because I could have had it with the black on the back, but sorry, the black all the way through the black. Wait a minute, I know what I mean. Yes, with the black all the way through the back of the aperture, but I didn't want that because I've got some lovely paper that I've used. That's what I meant, Becky, that's what I meant. So I'm just going to place that over there like so. Let's just make sure I've got that into place. Give that a nice little, there we are. And I've got myself my card all ready. So, and I'm going to lift that off with a foam pad. I'm just going to bring in my wet glue for a second, but I've got other elements of the collection as well that I'm going to use. So I'm just going to pop this together and let this be drying while I'm getting that ready. I think someone's getting excited about making it.
Oh, is it nearly time to
I know, she's going to be making a screen debut in a minute. Wait till you see her, guys. We've got a real life teddy bear in the studio because she is beautiful. She is beautiful. We've only got her for a short time, though, haven't we, Becky? Because she's off to the she's off to her doggy daycare later.
She is indeed.
Yeah, she's going to doggy care. Who are we allowed to say? Are we? Oh, that's okay. So you know, Ben's moved up here. Ben's lovely wife, she used to be a childminder when she was down at a previous place. So she's given up kids and gone for the furry ones instead. So she's gone for furry animals and is doing dog care duties. It's like a dog sitting, basically, dog walking.
Yeah.
So and little Tyne is her first customer. Yeah. How lovely is that? Just super cute. Now I'm just going to pop that onto there, Becky, for a second. There we go. Place that on already. And then I've got other elements in this as well. So on here we have got beautiful, and I really do mean this gorgeous stamp and die collection, which is called Sparkle and Shine. But you've got lovely, and I'll just see if I can get some white card underneath it so you can see that better. You've got that lovely straw detail. Lots of nice, it's your time maybe to get ready to, where's the rest, party, shine, sparkle and shine, get ready to sparkle and shine. You can customise what it is that you want to say, and of course you've got your happy birthday on there too. And then extra little bits on here to add that extra detail, which is just lovely. And then you've got the dies themselves, and again, look at the dies, Becky. Oh. They're absolutely beautiful dies, they really, truly are, they're gorgeous. And I'm going to cut through, I've got my grey card, I've just used that Anta. Pop some of this through here. So there we go, let's pop that on. And I'm going to hold that down. Of course, if you're going to be using your plates, you could be holding that down with your magnetic shim.
You would.
Yeah, you could use that with your magnetic shim. So we're going to pop that through. And let me just bring in my plates for this one. I keep putting plates down, Becky, not in the right order either. I'm terrible, I do it all the time. I'm exactly the same when I'm at home.
Yeah.
And then, where's my plate? And then literally, right in front of my nose. So I'm going to now put that out, and again, I'm just going to place that through, and then we're going to literally just cut the lovely, what glass would you call that, Becky? Cocktail? Champagne. It's not a champagne flute, is it?
No, to me it's like a gin goblet.
Oh, yes.
I'd say.
I can imagine a nice pina colada in there, though.
Ooh, yes, please.
Love a pina colada, I do. So what I'm doing now is literally cut out. Now, because you've got that split up into two dies, you could actually cut a solid one out if you wanted to.
Yes.
Or with the use of the two dies, what you're doing is creating your beautiful goblet there.
Yes.
And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to use the die again, the inside part of the die, with some glitter cardstock, because I want that to sit in as though I've got a little bit of fizz in there.
Oh, lush.
I know, Becky, I know. So I'm going to pop that in.
Hey, we've got the new glitter card later, haven't we?
Oh, wait till you see it. Oh, honestly, I literally, if you want to get your hands on it before, of course you can go and get hold of it now. Of course you can, just please don't buy it all. Because it's beautiful, it's absolutely gorgeous, you're going to love it. Wait till you see the colours, they're just beautiful. But yes, I'm just going to pop me love on there as well. So let's cut that out. Wonder if it'll cut through twice, Becky. Let's see if we can get
I could too.
Yeah, why not? Let's see if we can get 2 pieces out of that one there. Again, I need a bit of low-tack tape just to hold it down. There's lots of elements. I'm only using 3 elements in this collection that you've got. Look at what you're getting for the money. No wonder you've been shopping ahead of the game and getting hold of it, because it is a fabulous price. I don't think I've ever seen it this low for what you're getting for your money. And cut and embossed folders, stamp and dies, a foil press one in there as well. There's so much more in that collection, as you can see. We've got sentiment dies in there. It's just absolutely, it's a crazy deal.
Well, you're saving nearly £90. I'm happy if I find 90p.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. So I'm just going to put my dies back onto there, because I know what I'll end up doing.
It is officially limited stock now. We have single figures, and I mean low single figures.
Oh, has she been picked
Is Ty
up?
going to doggy daycare now?
Oh, she's missed the debut. Oh,
She's
no.
gone. She hasn't come through.
How
Ben
did they
didn't walk
sneak
back
her
this way
past
with
us?
her.
Did they not know she was going to be coming on screen? Oh, yes,
I didn't
of course.
see him walk past.
Yeah, I didn't see him walk past either, Becky. And
If he walks
I
past,
thought,
I'm
do
going
you know, I
to
bet he
jump
snuck
out of
the
this
back
chair
way.
and grab Ben and go, bring that lovely puppy in here.
I bet he didn't realise that we were going to be having her on the show, so that's why he took her. I bet that's what it is. Oh, I wanted you guys to see her. She's absolutely beautiful. The photos don't do her justice. She's gorgeous on the pictures, but seeing her in real life, she's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. What have I done with my poker tool, Becky? Here it is. Let me bring this out for a second. So has she officially left the building?
We're not entirely sure. Ben might bring her in a minute.
Yay!
Beth
2 for
has
the price of 1 as well with Ben, eh?
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop. Right, I've got my card blank. I've got my little glass there, and that's going to sit in there, but I want it to look like I've drunk a little bit. So I'm just going to snip off the top part so that can sit into there.
Lovely.
And when you bring this in, I've already done 2 stuck together, because I added a little bit of acetate around the back of mine, Becky. So I popped some acetate and then sat this part in onto the acetate, so you can see. And then all I've done is just added some little glitter bubbles onto the top there. Of course, you could use the stamp as well, and then look, that one looks like it's actually been sipped, so that one's going to tilt slightly. So I'm going to pop those onto here, and I think I'll just lift them up again with some foam pads. I'm sure I can hear them.
I can hear some.
Yeah.
I can hear something. I can hear a cute puppy, and I can see a lot of calf from Ben.
Yay!
He's not coming on.
Ben,
he's
get
not
those
coming
legs
on
out.
air
Get those legs out, Ben.
he's got his legs out. He's got shorts on. Woo!
Listen, we're going to pause for a second. Let's just pause.
Coming on.
Now, come and look at this.
Have a look.
This is the very beautiful Tyne and the ever gorgeous John. Look, she's made a debut, Charlotte. Oh, look how gorgeous she is. She's absolutely beautiful. And I can see Ben's lovely wife. Hello, Laura. I'm the TV wife. She will be introduced later. I'm the TV wife. Lovely to meet you. We need to get Laura and Ben both on one of these shows. He's got his legs out. Laura says she's not done her hair. But hi, Laura. Hi, Ben. Are you settling into your new home?
We love it. Why I, man?
Why I?
Great.
Why I?
Great.
But look, there we go. Isn't she just the most gorgeous, beautiful feline teddy bear? And of course, you've got your gorgeous big teddy bear there in the background holding her there. Our gorgeous John. He is a big teddy bear. Absolutely. Oh, that was lovely, that. So she's off to the doggy daycare though. So Ben, Laura, it's been lovely seeing you, even if briefly. And see you again soon. Yes, see you soon. Yes, see you this weekend. Bye. Oh, How lovely is that? That's so lovely. I just, it's one of those, I don't know what it is about dogs, that feel-good factor, and of course, John, anybody's feel-good factor, but wasn't that lovely seeing them before they escaped? I bet they didn't realise you were going to make a debut, Becky. I bet that's what it is. But yeah, that was lovely, just an added little touch. Shall we get back to the demo?
Yes.
Now we've been distracted a little bit there. Let's get back to that demo. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to add these lovely, what did we decide we were calling
Gin
these?
goblets?
Goblets, gin goblets. I've got fizz in mine though, a little bit of fizz, and just add those over there, and you can see just by that little tilt. I just think that's really cute. And then of course I've got my words as well. So what I'm going to do is let me bring in my fine tip applicator for this. So I'm going to bring in my fine tip applicator. Have you heard of it? Have you? What are they saying on the socials, Becky? Because I can hear producer Johnny. So.
They're saying, oh, that's so cute, and the dog's all right as well, about John. I did say before the show, when we started talking about this, I did say, if we get John and that dog on, there'll be requests for calendars. January, February, March, all of them. just John and that gorgeous dog together, yeah.
Oh,
so cute.
People
are asking what the
cute.
item number is for the dog as well. I'm afraid it's Charlotte's 1.5-year-old beautiful spaniel. She's not available today.
And she's called Tyne. A gorgeous name for her as well.
Very cute.
Was there a reason behind that, Charlotte? We need to ask. Oh, that's lovely. So what she said in me was, for all those that can't hear, because obviously you can't.
No one can hear. Just me and you, Debbie.
It's for nobody that can hear, is that she wanted to have some link to the north, and so that's why she called it Tyne, Tyne, like the river, like the bridge. Is there a bridge called Tyne as well?
It's the
Tyne
river,
Bridge. So that is absolutely lovely, and she is absolutely gorgeous. She's really uplifted all our spirits today, hasn't she, Becky? I said to you this morning, I was feeling a little bit tired this morning, and then she walked in, she waddled over, fussing the tail, and I was like all over her like a rash. Absolutely beautiful she were. Literally the most gorgeous dog. Beautiful. Yeah. And she got very tired earlier as well, didn't she?
She had
tried
a little
taking
sleep.
Photos. She was having none of it. Little diva in the making, let me just tell you.
She had a little sleep, and when you were cleaning your dye, it woke her up, didn't it?
Oh, did I wake up? Oh,
yeah.
bless her. Oh, my God.
Good guard dog.
Love. But there you go. Oh, look at this. Look how gorgeous this is actually looking, Becky. I thought then for a minute. I got an Australian card, but no, I've got my lovely tenfold. So when I turn that round, you can see now how beautiful that collection works together from that lovely cut and embossed folder. And bearing in mind, this is just 3 elements of what you can see on the screen there. There's 70 elements in this collection. There are a lot of things in there, from different sentiments to the cut and embossed folders, to that foil press stamp, to a flower one as well. There's a flower foaming die in there that you can use to create paper flowers with, and of course if you do have your foam you could be doing that too. But I just think this collection, no wonder it's not going to hang around. I'm glad I brought it forward, Becky, is all I'm going to say, because at that price that we have on the screen, it is for sure not going to be, because as Ben would say, there's green on the screen, Becky. It soon won't be seen. Have you not heard that one, Becky? Have you not heard that one, Becky?
No, I've not heard that.
Yes, so he has these little sayings. So we'll do that one again, Becky.
Right.
It's green on the screen, Becky. So
what? It soon won't be seen.
Yay! Yeah. Have you heard of his foam on a roll as well?
Yeah. Oh, I've heard
have you done that one? Oh.
And then John came on the show, so we started singing John on the show.
John on the show, John on the show, John on the show,
Exactly
John
that.
on the show, John on the show. Hey! Oh, I love it. I love it. That's that was a bit behind, producer Johnny. A little bit behind there. He was a little bit time lapse there. Don't hang around, because I think it's going to be a no-brainer this. It's not going to be around at 7 p.m. at UK time tonight. So if you want this collection, now is your time, because we are in limited single figures. So that just tells you how much we've got left of this. It's absolutely an incredible deal. Look what you're getting for your money. And of course, the beautiful rose gold theme that are behind them as well. All those dies are all rose gold coloured. And they're honestly, it's a fabulous deal, an absolute fabulous deal. You can create some beautiful makes yourself, so much that you can create with it for such, the price that you're paying is just crazy, absolutely brilliant.
It really is fab, and one thing that you'll definitely want to be stocking up on if you're planning on getting that is your essential glue collection. Now, the reason we need adhesive so much is because it literally helps hold together our cards. It's almost like trying to build a wall without cement. It can be pretty tricky. We have got all of the types of adhesive that you're going to need here, including the likes of your 3D glue. Nice and clear, nice and sturdy. We've got foam in there as well. Tacky glue. You've got your all-purpose glue. You've got the lovely little adhesive bottles that we haven't had on properly for a while. And then whenever a craft expert gets one out, everyone, messaging going, oh, where'd you get the bottles from? They're in this deal. I've got 2 types of different tape that come on that tape pen as well. So we've got absolutely oodles in here. Should be 40 quid. Great price. Today, though, £24 or $40. You've got a great save in there. And we did actually have a question earlier on. I'm just trying to find out who it was from, but it was about these. Give me 10 seconds. Not even that. Eleanor, it was, asking about the large sticky foam. Just saying, what would you use the big pieces like that for, Debbie?
So to cut down. So you've got a bigger area, and also for die cutting. So say you got that lovely glass, that lovely little flute. I've thrown my spare one in the bin. But say you got that one and you wanted to get the foam behind it precisely, you would run the die through the foam. And that what you'll there is you'll get the perfect precision cut that will fit perfectly onto the die cut. And then of course, I used to buy, and honestly, I have got quite a lot of these sheets, because I used to buy them by the bucket load, literally, because I could cut down the size that I wanted. So do you know how sometimes you're restricted with foam pads and that you've got to use the small one or a medium size one or a large one, but if you want something bigger, you've got it, because you're in control of what you're cutting up with that foam pad, because it's a large A4 sheet. So absolutely a must-have, perfect for things like, the other thing, the penny sliders. Do you know the penny slider ones that you have to do? You could cut out that as well, so that you get that perfect part to go on there. I just think they're absolutely incredible. Now, I'm just going to say to you, I'm going to have to do this later, because we've just kind of run out of time, but I am going to talk to you about the glues, and we had to let John have his little time. We had to let Time have her time. Of course, John as well. And Ben and Laura. We had to have them on. But I'm going to talk through more detail about the glues, because we've got our all-purpose, we've got our tacky glue, we've got my favourite, my 3D Collage glue, affectionately known as the chunky glue. We've got the fine tip applicator bottles, which is where you put your tacky glue in, which means that if you want precision gluing into areas on intricate dies, like I did with the love that you just saw me do, this is the bottle to have, because it's absolutely fabulous. We've got our tape pens, so we've got our dotty tape pen, we've got our straight tape pen, and there is 2 differences between those, and again, for those who don't know, we'll go into that in more detail. This is a star buy, it really is, because every single one of these work in a different way, have a different purpose, and they're all, I used to just use one glue and then wondered why things weren't working, why things weren't sticking, Becky, because I thought I was being savvy. Oh no, I weren't, because literally I had cards fall into bits because they weren't right kind of glues, because I couldn't get my gems or my bows into place because they wouldn't sit right. I didn't have these things to hand until I saw them being used by Leanne, of all people, many moons ago on the TV, and I was like, ooh, there's a reason why. And when she told and explained it, I was like, oh, and I've never looked back since. So I have every single glue going, because they do jobs for you in different ways, and we'll talk about those in more detail. Star buy. £24 for the entire lot, or $40, or £19.20, or $32 on the platinum price as well. It truly is a star by price. For essentials is what we need in our crafty stash. We talk about dies, we talk about papers, we talk about cards and all those kind of things, Becky, but we do need to have our essentials, the same as the dies, the papers and that. We need the glue to put it together. You had a great analogy there saying about, well, you can't stick a house up without the cement. You've got the bricks, but you need the cement to glue it all together, and that's exactly how this works too. So head over to that, shop the show if you want to do that. You can shop while you watch if you want, because we've got all of those deals live right now. So the launch day deals are there, the cartload deals are there. Go over and head over to the website. I've got Wobblers
website.
I'm so sorry, I've got Wobblers on the brain, Becky, for later on, because coming up at 3 p.m. we do have the fabulous launch day of the Wobblers kit. That's because I was trying to think of the things to say, and it were up there and came out all wrong. Always does, Becky, always does. So yes, we've got loads coming up. So we've got all the deals that are on the cartload. We've only shown you couple.
Oh, tiny bit.
That we've shown you a tiny bit. Head over and go and see what is over on the cartload shopping site, shall we say. Go and shop that show ahead of time and then come back and watch us later on, because we've got loads to cram in today, haven't we, Becky?
I tell you what, we have absolutely loads. And do not forget, some of those deals end at midnight tonight. So don't stress yourself out about it. Pop them in your basket, check it out. And then we've got loads more demos coming up throughout the day.
Absolutely. We are going to be focusing on that Wobblers kit and some other things as well. At 3 p.m. UK time. Becky, what is it again?
It's 3 p.m, 10 a.m. Eastern and 7 a.m.
Normally,
West.
Producer Johnny, we're a little. It's time lapse again. 10 a.m. Eastern time and 2 p.m. No, I've done it wrong again. Becky, 7 a.m. Pacific time. I think I'm going to have them tattooed here. I think I'm going to have them tattooed here. But yes, I've enjoyed myself on Wake Up Call again, standing in for our gorgeous Craig. So don't forget to join us for those shows later on, and of course for Wake Up Call tomorrow too. So from myself and Becky, we will see you all in about an hour and a half's time. I'm off to grab a cuppa. So we'll see you very soon. Bye for now.
Bye.